Yeah.
Kind of take offense to that.
She likes playing Child of God.
Child of Gias are tree huggers, not people fuckers.
Have you read their tribe books, both of them?
The first one, yes, because I've run a Child of Gia who's what, sixth level? So
rank 6.
she's a rank 6, and it's been
I've
sanctioned.
before, and I will say are perhaps one of the handful of tribes, the Black Furies being the other one, that heavily use fertility rites to make all their kinfolk incredibly horny. The only other tribe that I know that used to do that often was the Croton, and they're no longer around. And I believe it was in both the revised and the first edition tribe books mentioned that. And kinfolk heavily goes into how Child of Gaia treat their kinfolk.
Man, I gotta actually read up on the lore of Werewolf. It's the one game I play that I'm not completely familiar with all the lore. Song of Ice and Fire RPG, I've read all those books at least 3 times. Halo, which refuses to come out with an RPG, I've read all those books. Which, if you're ever interested more in the Halo universe, the books aren't half bad. Actually, I'd say they're pretty good. Kinda explains the games, which no one gets like, wait, why are they doing this? That's honest.
So, is your Silverfang gonna be obsessed with Wildfire?
No? What? That doesn't even exist in this universe. He does have a...
Of course, actually, Wildfire does exist in this universe, but it's a Black Spiral level 5 gift.
Yeah. Anybody ever notice how, like, if you look at some modern fantasy books, a lot of them have stole a lot of stuff from, like, urban fantasy steals a lot of stuff from, like, role-playing books and their concepts. And, like, I know this one book series, I forget what it's called, basically steals the entire concept of mage, of magic just being basically, you be able to do magic is basically you be able to, basically reality and perceived reality. A lot of people steal that concept. That mortals just perceive something differently. And actually that's from Greek mythology originally. That's why you don't see supernaturals, it's just humans just can't perceive it. And if that's true, that's if that actually is true about the real world. So even if there was werewolves running around, we wouldn't know. Even if they did exist.
Yeah, and it's a good thing because yeah. All right.
Our leader, BRB.
Sigurd, I need you to drop down into the GM info channel, please.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Your fetish. Did you have something in mind?
Yeah. I already picked it. I picked I don't know. I don't know if you. I'll change it if you. I picked a grand cleave.
Okay, because I didn't see it on your sheet.
Oh, I don't know where it's.
All I see is the 5 dots, and I was thinking,
Yeah, I have a backstory, but I know I was really busy with Thanksgiving and shit, and so I've writ something up, but I still gotta walk out all the kinks.
Okay.
Mm.
All right, and we decided you're over here for vacation, and
Basically,
somehow,
he was over here for, well, that's what he's going to say. Basically, what I'm going with his backstory, he went here for a skiing trip to run away from his family, which is part of the Swedish royalty. Well, part of more of the Swedish royalty, and basically wanted to get away from everybody, and ended up living in the woods of, we're in Colorado, right?
yeah.
Living in the mountains of Colorado like a crazy person.
Okay. What I was thinking was you came over here for vacation, and instead of uh, you had your first change here rather than back home, and
Oh
yeah,
no,
now
well I'm sure that's the story he tells everybody, but no, he went on vacation, then decided never to leave. And also he's not giving his family the sword back. It's his sword. It's his really fancy silver great sword.
okay.
So
Now I'm just wondering why you brought it on vacation. I was gonna have it uh like we got the other Silver Fang who's on vacation. He always screaming that he wants his clave, but I keep telling him, yeah, his dad ain't done using it yet.
well basically Sigurd's thing is well he technically it is his, but he wasn't he's not supposed to take it everywhere with him. And he says, if you have a really expensive fancy silver sword, you might as well bring it everywhere you go.
So you basically um, packed it and didn't tell anybody, huh?
Yeah, and well technically technically it is a legend. It's a sword from I gave it the name of a sword from a Swedish legend, which is basically what Sigurd's name is from the legend of Sigurd. Little did they know that that was secret. That was clearly a story about them slaying some sort of worm creature, and
Uh,
and that was what I was gonna go with, like where the sword actually is from. Well, it's a legend. Well, basically a legendary sword.
okay. All right, we're gonna play your story like this. You came over here for an extended vacation. You're how old is your character?
Uh, I was gonna go with like early 20s.
Younger than that. If it's right after your first change, then you're anywhere between 13 and 17. Most of the other characters, uh, oldest I think is 17.
Okay,
They've all got fake IDs so they can drink, but
let's
yeah.
go with 13. I was gonna, yeah. I mean, let's go with 13.
You're 13.
Yeah, and I have to find a different picture then, but I'll find it next session.
Hey, you came over here for an extended vacation uh, before going back to school or whatever. Uh, you snuck the sword out. You had your change, and you've decided now that you're going to stay and keep the sword. Let me take another look at your character sheet. Give me a second to pull it back up.
Sigurd actually does know how to use the sword, though. He's actually, I put 5 dots in the swordsmanship.
Yeah, I saw that. You did use freebies to get it up there, correct?
Hmm. And, I'm not sure in the older books, but, I don't know. Some people say firearms is archery. Some people say agility is archery.
Yeah, I usually use athletics for archery,
Yeah.
unless you have the skill archery.
Yeah, I know that's a secondary skill. But I couldn't, I mean, the older, newer character sheets don't have the secondary skills.
You can add this. You can add the stuff.
Mm.
I've got one character that has gymnastics and meditation, which aren't in the books, but you can add skills and put dots on them.
Wait, would I take a penalty from not having archery if I was using a bow?
No, you don't take a penalty of any kind, but if you're doing something that's like if you're trying to split an arrow using, if you have the archery skill, then your difficulty is not going to be as high as if you're just using athletics, because you actually have the skill.
Oh.
My one character that has gymnastics, he has a tendency to use a lot of gymnastics moves, so it drops his difficulty. And
Is an archery
It's-
also a specialty, or is that only in the newer books the specialties apply?
say again,
Is an archery also a specialty? Or did they change it?
it can be used as a specialty in firearms,
Hmm.
which I don't understand, to be perfectly honest, since it's not a firearm.
Hmm. Well, I was gonna start. I don't know, my guy was going to be, because you said the pack needed a range fighter. I was gonna make him good with bows. But, I mean, if we don't have time to talk about this, make it quick. So should I change the athletics, some of that dots and athletics to bows, or should I just keep it as athletics, so I'm going to use a bow?
That's entirely up to you.
Like, what would the difficulty of, like, how would it change the difficulties?
If you have archery, most of your shots are going to be your standard difficulty.
6.
Yeah. If you're using athletics, the difficulty would be 7.
Hey, that doesn't matter. I'll just...
But that's your standard shot. If you're trying to shoot someone undercover, or trying to bounce an arrow, or hit moving targets, things are going to get more difficult with the athletics.
Hmm. How do I add? I mean, we can get back to this, but can I adjust it now? How would I just go about?
Yeah, if you want to change it now, you can. Just add in other traits.
Can I just put under bows, or does it have to be archery specifically?
Yeah, you can put down bows.
This is just a random question. Like, I know you can. I have twos and rights, and I'm not too familiar with the whole right system because this is only the second campaign I played in, so I'm not like I haven't like played every character. You know, like when you play role-playing games, you only play a certain character, you're not familiar with other characteristics of the game.
Yeah. You have basic rights right now.
Right. Okay,
As far as rights go, there are people out here at the Karen that can pretty much teach you damn near anything.
right.
I have not been stingy with rights. There are just too many
Also,
people
I do
to
have,
teach them.
it's just a random, uh, are claves bound to someone or no? Or do I have to bound it to myself, to my form?
Yeah, if you are using the clave, you change form. What'll happen is the handle will adjust to the size of your hand.
Alright. Do you have anything else for me? Or we're just gonna jump back into it?
I'm just getting why you are here, pretty much, and getting finishing touches on the character. I want to be able to understand the character so that I can deal with him,
Alright.
why he's here, so I want to bring him into the story in a decent way.
Well, I guess why he's here is a vacation. But I guess he did. I think we should go with the he never left. And basically, what I think he doesn't have any resources. So basically I was going with he's been living in the woods like a crazy person.
That is completely and totally acceptable because you are already going to be rank 1. Uh, right now, if you came here on a ski trip, then you would have come most likely last year and have been living in the woods
I mean,
for a while, because right now it's the end of July, the beginning of August, as far as the timeline goes.
okay,
But
like
it's Colorado. The ski season can run late. You might have been here a few months. You might have, but not more than probably 8 months. You've been here.
okay, I mean, it's like I think a good way to introduce him from into the story would be basically they find a 13-year-old kid living basically because he does have survival too, so he's not like totally clueless when it comes to living in the woods. Basically living in like but he also does have a craftsman 3, so basically like living in a log cabin that he built.
Well, see, I can bring you in if you've been uh, just out in the woods, because the Karen is in the San Juan National Forest.
Yeah, that's what I was going with. Like they run across him just,
Now, the Karen itself has some protection to keep people out. Uh, and it's basically anybody who comes too close, who is not a member of the Karen, they start having trouble with direction and can wander in circles without even knowing it.
okay.
So you were out hunting or something,
Yeah, pretty much.
trying to get yourself some food, and ended up getting lost, which is real easy to do. Okay. So I think that's where we're going to go with it. You know your guru, you grew up with it, yada yada yada. We're not going to have too much difficulty with that, I'm pretty sure. Your family didn't expect your change to come so soon, which is why they let you go on vacation. And now, since you weren't supposed to take the clave with you, and you did anyway, and you're kind of worried about going back, so you haven't. And I don't know, maybe you like it here now, but yeah, that's why you're out here in the woods. Okay.
Okay. So,
All right, we can pop back up. All right, folks.
Yep.
Grandmaster DM.
Last,
May I ask you a question?
you just did.
I'm gonna kick you next time I see you. May I spend experience points and raise my gnosis, please?
Yeah, I will allow that. You've been doing a lot.
Thank you.
All right. Last.
Before you start there, Amalus, do we have to check with you when we're spending
Yes, because I require you have a reason for it.
Okay, I spent my experience points. I upped my perception by 1 and my alertness by 2. The reasoning behind it, we do too much battle and having to roll that, so as much battle and issues that we've rolled, those have been getting honed.
All right, acceptable.
Yay, 4 gnosis.
Do you raise it more than 1 dot?
Yes.
1 dot at a time, damn it. You can raise it up to 2.
She
Or you
did.
can raise it 1 point at a time.
She raised it by 1 point, and then later on tonight she'll raise it by another point, and then before we end the game, she'll raise.
Only if she can give me a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, I am that much of a dick.
Yeah, you are.
All right.
We know you in real life.
Yep, and you know I'm a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you should know what you're in for more than we do.
We do.
So did you ever try just asking and just having your XP just pile up until he wipes everybody and then realize why did everybody die so easily?
No, I give people plenty of time to train things. It's just you can't train up 2 dots in one time. That's some severe heavy duty training. Don't work.
yeah, like in Song of Ice
Hey, I
and
mean,
Fire,
I
you
used-
can't go from oh, look, you have a 5. Oh, now I'm the best fighter in the basically entire world in like a week.
Hey, I when I ran L5R, I made it so that you could not raise anything unless you went to a sensei and got trained, and that meant you had to actually exchange political favors in order to do so. So there was a number of players like the Ronin that never was allowed to spend XP the entire game because nobody would turn friggin' Ronin.
All
So I
right.
understand.
Right, so back to the game. last thing you all were doing was you were heading out to the Cairn.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jack's taking vacation because of his new baby, all that fun shit, and so we're leaving him. You get to the edge of the bond,
Sigurd Bernadotte.
and I guess the last thing Jack does for the pack is he cuts loose with a howl. Sigurd,
Yeah.
somewhere off in the distance, you hear, and you recognize it because you've been around this before, you hear a guru howl. Howl of introduction.
Didn't realize there was a guru pack around here. Well, they're gonna be probably pissed about a random silver fang hanging around. This is just his inner monologue, but unlike most people, he says everything he's just thinking out loud. He says, "Well, might as well go introduce myself." So I guess he straps on some skis and
It's summertime.
you can cross country ski in the summer. Actually, you can't. Well, I guess.
It helps if there's snow on the ground, and right now, except on the higher slopes, there's no.
Well, I guess he straps on his hiking boots, puts on some hiking shoes, and slings his sword that has a really hard to pronounce Swedish name on his back. Says, "Might as well go introduce myself."
A few seconds later, you hear a howl from another direction, which you also recognize as a guru howl. Okay, you guys hear the answer, and you're waiting to be picked up.
Mm-hmm. I probably slumped down and I put my back to a tree because I'm hurt, to say the least.
Okay. All right, about 45 minutes later, they sounded like they were all a long way away. The warder pack shows up. It's still Chuck's. She's like, y'all look pretty beat up.
Well, the other guys are dead, so, you know, this ain't too bad. Let's go, Liddy.
Hummingbird picks good prey to hunt.
Say what?
That hummingbird picks good prey to hunt.
She kind of smiles at you. I guess it wasn't a deer.
Nope.
Definitely not.
It's a bit more interesting when they do fight back.
Oh, imagine a worm-tainted deer would fight back.
Oh, I actually haven't seen one of those. That'd be interesting.
I don't
Chuck
want
kind of
to see.
shakes her head. I've seen them. They're ugly.
Hmm.
See, a normal deer is good to hunt because you get a nice meal at the end of it.
Ash, have you been out here before?
No,
Chuck looks at you. You picked up something new?
Yep.
Aren't we always?
Yeah. This should be normal at this stage for you to see us with someone new.
Hey, I'm not complaining. We need people out here.
Yeah, they need to. Why are they even asking? It's our normal routine.
All right, let's get you all roped up if you're all ready.
Yeah, just give me a second.
No, yeah, and electronics. Yeah. She goes over to the stash box and unburies it.
Put my stuff in.
Same here.
Same
Do the same. Go through the process.
Sept with that box.
You wouldn't want to go to the Umbra and the Sept.
No, you wouldn't want to go to the Sept with that box. Or the cairn.
Yeah, this chick with these big pair of nunchucks on her back looks at you and goes, all right, some rules here. No electronics. She's saying this to you, Ash. No electronics. And stay out of the Umbra. If you see a spirit, if it talks to you, it's all right to talk back. But otherwise, pretty much leave them alone and ignore them.
Ash will nod.
Where am I currently?
You're wandering in the woods. She tells you the ghosts around here can get a little persnickety. And yeah, unless they know you, if you go into the Umbra, you could get hurt badly. There's also a cave in the cairn. Under no circumstances, go in it, or we're going to be peeling you off the wall across the valley.
Are there areas where one can hunt?
Yes, although we usually have to bring the deer in because the only easy access for the deer is the only way into the valley.
Can one hunt outside the valley?
Not on the bond because you would be lost.
And outside the Bond?
It's a national forest. As long as you're not using a gun, you can do whatever you want.
Just a quick
You
one.
should
Can I,
go for it.
before we start, can I switch something, 1 point from etiquette to survival?
Yes.
Right.
Since technically you haven't started really yet. Yeah, but yeah, we do bring in deer. Right now we've got 3 of them there. And the rabbits and whatnot, yeah. Squirrels. Chucks looks at Yumakasi and goes, your friend wants to bring in wild boar.
That's a great idea. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I'd like to sleep there.
Well, I mean, I imagine he only wants to bring in like 1 or 2.
No.
But he wants to start a breeding operation?
Yeah, he wants a breeding population there.
I mean, it's good meat.
Yeah,
it's good meat, but the valley's not that big.
and they would rut it out like bad. It would turn into really nasty smelling muddy land.
Oh.
prosciutto.
So I turn to Kyle's character and just ask, is it all right if I go and get a meal now before we go into the cairn?
Chucks looks at you and goes, "We've got some food. We're gonna have to probably camp. It's getting late anyway before we get there."
Oh, I only eat what I can hunt myself.
He's one, I suppose, not naturalist. He likes to actually actively hunt his food.
Oh well, if you all don't mind camping here tonight.
Yeah, I'm good with resting for a little bit. I'm not particularly feeling up to it. Just kind of moving through. Yeah.
We're all gonna continue our patrol though. Just give us a howl in the morning.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
We'll probably be semi-close at least.
I imagine as much, so we don't end up wandering just into the bomb by accident.
Yeah, please don't do that. If you do, give a howl. We'll come find you.
Don't worry, we'll hunt more south than north.
The
I
bond
imagine.
is south.
The bonus set, well then I would say the inverse, because I had the image that it was north from where we were.
Okay. Sigurd.
Yeah, should I roll survival to see if I get lost?
It's impossible not to get lost here. Literally. It's impossible. Unless you're a member of the care. There
So, and
There
okay,
are-
yeah, I get. So I guess Sigurd's just
there,
looking.
there are reasons for this.
I guess Sigurd's just looking at his maps like, where the hell am I?
Alright, it starts getting dark. You've been walking for a few hours.
Hello.
And you realize you still haven't found anybody. What are you going to do?
Sigurd's like, could I make an occult roll to see if,
Yeah.
would that be wits or
Actually,
in?
make an intelligence etiquette roll.
Well, I don't have etiquette.
Alright, then do the occult.
Shifted to puppy form. Circle 3 times and lay down.
One success.
Alright, you figure, yeah, you know the guru around. A howl of introduction is proper. Since apparently you're in the territory.
Sigurd's like, I don't feel like changing. This would be such a drag. Well,
You can howl in Hamid form.
well, I guess he howls in Hamid form.
Okay, Ash. Ash. Give me a perception survival
Okay.
or perception primal urge, either one, whichever one's better for you.
I think they're the same. So Difficulty?
Sigurd Bernadotte.
Difficulty 6.
All right. So I'll apply the lupus thing.
Did I need to roll to change?
Yeah, you have to roll to change. Ash,
Yeah.
you catch a rabbit pretty flipping quick.
Okay.
Sigurd, did you howl?
Yeah. Wait, do I still roll for that?
Nope. Technically, you really don't have to roll for that. You get a answering howl. Sounds like it's a bit of a ways off.
Sigurd.
And
Sigurd.
you other guys, you hear the exchange. Go on, Sigurd.
Sigurd howls back in response. Basically, I'm lost and I have no idea why. What? Didn't even know you guys were here. Whatever the howling equivalent of that is.
Okay, you get a howl back that basically says, "Stay there."
Okay, Sigurd. Sigurd. Would he have like I'm assuming he'd have like a backpack on.
Most likely.
Well, should I make a survival roll to see, like, Sigurd says, how's back, how long are you gonna be? Because if you're gonna be a while, I'm gonna start a fire because it's cold out.
It's not that cold. It's like the end of July, the beginning of August.
Amalus, would I roll for change, please?
Stamina and Primal Urge, I think.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Sigurd, within approximately 15-20 minutes, you see a pack of wolves show up.
Sigurd, takes up a fighting stance and draws his sword. He says, whoa, 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 back, bad doggies.
The one in the lead changes into a young woman who is pretty scarred up, probably from fire. You notice she also has a what looks like a pretty good size pair of nunchucks strapped to her back.
Nice nunchucks, but can your nunchucks do this? And wait, if your weapon has fire on it, because Grand Cleaves haven't decided. Basically, I was gonna go with fire as a secondary characteristic of his sword. Does it catch fire, or is it just like, fire?
It's extra heat damage.
Oh.
Alright.
Well, Sigurd puts his sword away. He's like, yeah. Hello, I'm Sigurd.
Sigurd Bernadotte.
I am Sigurd
They call me
Bernadotte, Crown Prince of Sweden.
Silverfang, huh?
Well, that title means something in the human world as well, so.
Yeah, maybe over there, but not much here.
Sorry to intrude on your Karen. I was just. Well, what was I doing? Oh,
Lost.
Hunting. Yes, I was hunting. And then I heard your howl, so I thought I'd introduce myself.
She looks at you and she's like, "You are on the bond of the Cairn of New Eden."
Yeah.
Um, how long have you been wandering around out here?
Well, wandering. I don't know. I was here on a skiing trip, and I had my first chain, so kind of got in trouble for bringing this. Well, if yeah, this, and he pulls out his grand cleave. I might be in trouble for bringing this with me. I'm not opposed to bringing it everywhere.
She kind of looks at you and goes, "Yeah, I can imagine not. Do you have any electronics on you?"
Sigurd roots to his pockets. No, I'm completely out of money. I've been living in the woods like a crazy person.
She just kind of smiles. One of her other packs mates changes also. She says to you, "Listen, what we're going to do is we're going to take you to another pack we have to take in the morning. You can either hold on to the rope, and whatever you do, don't let go, or we can tie it around you. But yeah, it's the only way we can get you where you're going."
Okay. Sigurd, I guess, ties the rope to himself.
All right. She goes, "You in good enough shape to go for a bit of a run?"
Hey, I am one of the best. I am one of the best swords fighters in the world. But yeah, should I change into my wolf form? Oh no, we're not doing that. We're doing that.
Oh, we're not going to, because I want to hear, while we're running, I want to hear a little about how you ended up here. But if you think it'll be easier on you, we can change into
Yeah,
Glabro.
I'm,
Or
I'm not one of those silver fangs who's prissy. Personally, I think the silver fangs could use a bit less of that.
I just want to make it. It's a bit of a run, so we're going to have to move fairly quickly.
Alright, I can move pretty quickly.
All right, let's go then. The most of her pack stays wolf form, and they kind of go one direction. Her and the member with the rope, they stay in Hamid or match whatever form you're taking. If you're going Glabro or Krynos.
No, he's just gonna stay in human form. Mid
All
form.
right, and they start moving along at a pretty good clip. And you were damn sure they are going in the exact same direction you just came from.
Yeah. So, you have some sort of magical, spell around the forest that prevents people from, finding the way?
We have previous inhabitants of this area who have agreed to allow us to live here and use their old town as a cairn, but they don't like outsiders, so they have ways of keeping them out.
So, ghosts or spirits?
Yeah, I really suggest not going into the Umbra while you're here. It can get pretty dangerous. And when we get to the cairn tomorrow, you'll see a big cave. Under no circumstances go in it, or we're going to be scraping you off the valley wall on the other side.
Like,
That is
why? What's in the cave?
that is where they died.
So were they like slaughtered by like Native Americans being slaughtered or something like that, or?
No, they came over here before they moved out here before the Revolutionary War, and their leader killed them all.
So like a Jonestown type of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great place to put a cairn, I guess.
It sort of happened. We helped, or the pack leader or the cairn leaders helped get rid of the bane that was keeping them a prisoner, pretty much. So they agreed to let them build the cairn here.
So the cairn is built, the spirits or ghosts or whatever you're gonna call them. I mean, hey, this is my first change. I don't know much about the spirit. Well, my parents told me two things. You're a werewolf. I told them you're some sort of werewolf monster, and most part I thought they were fucking insane. So
Yeah.
and I just went along with it.
Well, at least you found out young. I didn't.
Yeah.
It was a surprise to me when I changed.
Okay, then that's sometimes that happens. But after they started explaining things, they gave me this magic sword, and you know what kind of kid wouldn't want a magic sword? I mean, they said it
She
was.
kind of smiled.
They said it was inhabited by a fire spirit, but you know, it doesn't catch on fire in battle, so that's kind of lame. But it still like bonds people. I thought it'd be cool if it caught on fire.
She kind of points over her shoulders. These have a stone spirit in them.
Yeah, that's a pretty good fetish, as they call it. I don't know why we call them fetishes. I thought it would be a better term would be artifact, but they said for some reason they went with fetish. I said artifact sounds cooler. Like these are werewolf artifacts.
Hey, you run for about a half hour or so. You guys, you've got a fire going and are basically camping.
Yeah, I would say probably as soon as that fire's been made, I passed out because I am fucked up.
Yeah, Makasi passes out too, but that's just because he's lazy.
I turn around 3 times, make myself a little bed, and then curl up next to me.
All right, the rest of you. You see Chuck's coming back.
Sigurd Bernadotte.
She's got one of her pack with her, and someone roped up that looks a little disheveled.
Raise up my head and sniff.
Hey, Kyle. Kyle.
Huh? Yeah?
got a silver fang here that was lost in the woods.
Yeah. Give me a second.
All right, if he stays with you.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Hello, I am Sigurd Bernadotte, Crown Prince of Sweden.
Oh,
Bloody hell.
good for you, buddy. I guess we should describe what everyone looks like, should we?
McCoskey's still asleep.
Yeah. The guy you just said, good for you, buddy. You see, he has short cropped silver hair. Would probably be about 6'3" in height. Is built like a brick shit house. It's the easiest way to describe him. Looks decent enough. Looks banged up to fuck. Like he looks like he's recently had the shit kicked out of him. That's probably a decent enough description for now.
All right, Sigurd, they unrope you and tell you, okay, we're going back out for our patrol. See y'all in the morning.
All right, take care.
Well, Sigurd. Well, he's a tallish boy, pretty heavily muscled for someone who's only 13 years old. He's carrying an extremely large great sword, which is inlaid with gold with a dragon imprinted on it. And he's wearing what looks to once been very fancy clothes, like a very fancy coat, but now it's very disheveled. He's blonde. He has very bright blonde hair and piercing blue eyes. And basically the stereotype, well, not stereotype, very Swedish looking. He doesn't really have kind of peat fuzz growing on his face because he can't really grow a beard yet.
He's a baby.
Compared to some of us, he is indeed.
The picture that I just posted over on Discord is what you see. Female German Shepherd laying there. She looks up, sniffs the air when she looks at you, barks once, and puts her head back down.
Oh, what a cute dog.
That's Cricket.
Arf!
Cricket, why do you have to just say action? You know what, never mind.
Bark the next.
Oh, sorry, that's it. Is that a glass walker?
No. That's Black Fury.
Oh, I've only met a few of the different tribes. One of them was a glass walker.
I suppose we should probably go through the whole introductory shite. You probably want that. Kyle Walker, Silverfang, as Wormfoe, son of Conor Walker. You know what? I can't be arsed doing this. I'm Kyle. Silverfang, that's a bit you need to know.
I am Sigurd. I am also a Silverfang.
Yeah, I got it when you went Prince of Sweden. And
that's
so,
also a human title, so look, unlike most Silverfang titles, you know. So you guys ever want to be knighted in Sweden? Just hit me up.
2 successes to change back into my blonde glory.
You don't need to roll to do it. You switch to breed naturally. That's what you're used to.
There's now a blonde female standing in front of you. It's got long blonde hair, blue eyes, speaks with a very thick southern accent. My name's Cricket Lockhart. It's pleasant to meet you, sir. from what I'm gathering, titles don't mean a whole lot around here. So introducing yourself as a prince seems very presumptuous.
They do the Silver Fangs. That's
Well,
about it.
well, sorry about that. You can just call me Sigurd.
Thank you kindly, sir. I'm not gonna curtsy.
Well,
That's a
the
surprise.
prince thing, everybody, apparently my family taught me you're supposed to introduce yourself as Sigurd unless Crown Prince of Sweden when you're around other girls.
I am so sorry. Bless your heart.
But you can just call me Sigurd.
Thank you. You can call me Cricket.
I would say,
Right.
and what I'm holding, this is
Slave. It's something I was taught about already. I understand what it is. It's a family heirloom. You should probably put it away because there ain't nothing here to fight right now.
How big is the cliff? Is it like it's a grand cliff, I assume. So I imagine it's
Yeah,
Graham.
it's
Claymore.
it's probably
Hmm.
it's probably like I'd say Sigurd
It's
is
probably
like
bigger than.
Sigurd is like tall for 13. He's like 5'4". I mean not 5 foot, like you're 5'4", so it's probably about as tall as he is. Yeah, this is this is Graham. Well, that's a very long name, but it's hard to pronounce, and it's in German, so. But yeah, so well, what's been going on in this part of the world? Hello? My internet cut out? Fuck's sake. Sorry, my internet went out.
Yeah, we figured it was okay. All right, y'all can continue with the descriptions and introductions and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so I guess there's Mikasi who's passed out, and then there's Blaze.
Yeah, no, if you look at Makasi, he's Native American, probably 5'5", 5'6", long brown hair, an inch or two past the shoulders. That's pretty much it. He's covered by a blanket, so you can't really tell probably more than that.
Well, good to meet you. Oh,
Blaze, you can describe yourself.
Blaze is about 5'6". He's wearing shredded jeans, a shredded t-shirt, combat boots. He's got just a top knot, and the rest of his head is shaved, but it's tattooed with circuits from like a circuit board.
I'd assume you are the Glass Walker.
Yep.
All right, I've got to go AFK for a minute. You all continue with your greetings and introductions. Have fun for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So, Sig, is it okay if we call you that?
Yeah, Sigurd, Sig. You can also pronounce it Sig. There's also some people say Siegfried, but that's a different name. Or it's just Sig or Sig.
Okay. What brings you to what brings you to America first off?
Skiing.
Skiing?
Yeah, I was on a skiing trip and my first change, and I would have gotten in trouble for bringing the what? Yeah, what? And yeah. So I just kind of built a cabin in the woods and just started hanging out. Didn't realize this was here. So
Yeah.
Did you just say you built a cabin?
yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't. I'm not. I mean, I'm an alright craftsman. I wouldn't say I'm the best, but you know.
How long have you been out in the woods to build a cabin?
I think it's been a year now. It doesn't take that much to build a cabin. I mean, technically you're not supposed to use magic swords to cut trees down, but you know, I didn't have anything else, so I used the magic.
I'm sorry, but so you're telling me first change, and you had it here in America, and now you have been here for a year, and your parents, which I assume, know what you are, being the tribe you are part of, didn't come looking for you?
Well, maybe they're looking for me, maybe they're not. I don't know. Is there been a news story about the Crown Prince of Sweden going missing? I've been in the woods.
Okay, so that's two people you are now wanted missing that I am now tagging along with.
Yeehaw!
But at least his parents have an idea of what's going on, so it's probably a lot easier to work with.
Yep. I mean, I don't know what exactly the title is, but apparently they're important in the European Garo courts. I should say werewolf. I don't know why we use the term Garo. Technically speaking, you know, there's also the changing breeds, but you know, apparently we had some sort of genocidal war about them.
Yeah, that was a whole dark part of history that we
It was probably the Germans, you know, they're always trying to genocide people.
Ooh, whoa,
Whoa.
edgy. Look at you, edgy 13-year-old. Look at you go. I mean, it was everyone involved, not just the get. It was everyone.
Eh,
Well,
well, yeah, now I'm here, so, I don't know, maybe I don't know, whatever happens. Maybe I should, I don't know.
what? No, because you say you don't know the terms you use. So it sounds like your education was a little bit lax for a silver fang.
Oh, no, I'm pretty highly educated, just, I always found talking poshly quite insulting.
I don't mean the etiquette side of it. I mean the how it all works.
Sager, can I ask you a question?
What?
How old are you?
13.
So your first change was you were 12?
Yep.
Rare, but it happens. It tends to be around puberty for most people. No, not of.
I hit puberty at a young age.
That's what they all say. It's like you're saying, I have a question. Well, that sword you're looking around.
No, you cannot have it.
No, I'm not asking for it. I'm saying, why do you have it? Because generally, like, I assume it's your father's.
Well, technically it's mine, but, well, basically, I was, figured up, well, do you want me to show you why I have it?
I get the idea. It's a from the
No,
side.
no,
Of
no,
it,
like,
it's a
why
grand
my father let me have it?
He let you have that.
He let
Yeah.
you have it?
Yeah, he said
Did you have to kill him?
No, I
I'm
did not
sorry.
have to kill him. Nothing like that. It's just,
That's cricket. That's not.
Sigurd basically just rolls his, sword around and, basically picks up the nearest log, throws it in the air, and chops it in half. That's why my father let me have it.
Okay, you're good with a sword. I get that. I'm not too bad at it myself. Just don't see too many people your age or my age carrying around grey claves.
Well,
It's a rare sight. And so
That's true from what I've been told.
Yeah.
well,
And to have it dedicated to him, that's something else too.
yeah. Well, my father said I was better than he was, so I got to keep it.
Oh, humility.
I like
Don't tend to see that too much amongst some of the royals.
Well, I always thought the whole Silver Fang thing from, being all high and mighty, that's not our job. We're supposed to be the kings of the people. The people.
And that means you work for the people.
No, nothing, no commie shit like that. Like we're supposed to
No, I don't mean like that. I mean we're not meant to demand. We're meant to do what we can to help.
well, I'd say more like Patton leading from the front. Also, I'm an heirloom, so that tends to.
No, I understand. I mean, look at me. I'm beat the fuck up right now. I've been burned slightly.
So,
got scars running all over.
What's your
It's fun.
auspice, if you don't mind me asking?
Can you guess from some of the scars?
Heirloom as well?
Yes.
Usually don't
My
mean.
God, this boy's perceptive.
And you just.
So we're gonna kind of sit around until tomorrow, where we get to go to the Karen, or Sept, or whatever.
Yeah, I heard that there's a bunch of ghosts and there was like a Jim Jones type character who killed all his followers.
Not know that.
In a
Yeah,
cave.
you all know the history.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I told you about the how the town got started.
So do you want me like? So, am I not supposed to have a cabin? But this isn't asking the gym. It's just talking generally. Is the cabin gonna get mad about that?
I imagine they'll probably not mind the cabin because you would not get anywhere near where the actual Karen is due to the
Your
square.
camp was most likely outside the Bawn area, but while you were out hunting, you probably wandered in.
Hmm.
And yeah, you would get lost.
Well, I guess we are going. I guess. Well, I kind of left all my stuff back at my cabin. But hold on, Sigurd goes off into the woods for like a few minutes.
I went and, as he goes to work, I went and do that, and it's hard to find your way around here. If you
Oh.
reach a certain point, you will just start to get lost.
Like, so how long? 50 feet? 10 feet?
I don't know. I just know that going, and I point south, going, so if you end up somewhere going too far close south from here, you will get lost.
Well, can someone go get me, Sigurd, about 6 sticks of, this length and some vines? No, not vines. Yeah, vines.
Why?
Well, how am I supposed to sleep without a bed? Or a shelter?
You changed, so you can sleep on Lupus. Sleep on the ground. We have hammocks as well if you want to borrow one.
I guess I'll sleep in Lupus. Hold on. Sigurd. Hold on a second. I've only changed a few times and I find it necessary. I prefer hunting in human form. It just so sweet.
So that's his goal. Well, yeah, because one success is one form on the track.
Can you not talk in a Hamid form?
You can speak in Krynos. It's it's innate, so you can speak.
Well, Sigurd says, well, this is me in Krynos form. If you want me to change any further, we going fully to Lupus.
It's up to you. Whatever you're comfortable sleeping in.
Is my fur pretty? He says in a joking manner.
Puppy again.
Amulet.
Yes.
Would I roughly be able to gauge how pure he is? Like how pure a breed?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess how pure is he?
I have pure beat 5 GM.
Pure beat 5.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Jesus, I'm just realizing we have 3 still. No, I'm not gonna say anything more. I look to see kind of over to Ash. Ash. Hey, Ash.
Ash wakes up and raises his head.
I'm realizing this now. I assume you didn't bring back any food with you?
You'll say in pack speak. No.
I'm too banged up to go on a hunt.
No, I just don't know what I'm doing.
Has anyone got any food? Because I'm not able to actually do anything right now.
You all got food.
We got food. Then I'll just start munching my own stuff. I guess, and then eventually I'd probably, like, after having something to eat, I will switch to Lupus and go to sleep. Because I am not able to do much.
Sigurd's gonna stay in Krynos because you can't use a sword in Lupus. Sigurd's he's trying to figure that one out, how to use a sword in Lupus.
Not very well.
Okay. Night passes. Bright and early. The sun actually has crested the horizon, but it's not over the mountain yet. Chuckson and her pack show up. Rise and shine, boys and girls.
Big puppy stretching yawn. Ow, morning.
Yeah. I'm probably like
Foxy rolls over and pulls the blanket over his head.
Yeah, I'm probably
Take the
like
blanket from Mikasi and run it across the cave.
Guten Tag.
Hey, come back with that.
Yeah, I'm probably like Mikasi this morning, and I'm like still asleep.
Put my front paws down, butt up in the air, and bark.
Sigurd just wanders in and goes, well, yeah, morning, guten Tag, if you're German.
Wait, who are you barking at?
You.
Oh, me? Ah, come on, Cricket, stop. Oh, dog breath. Oh, jeez, mint. Okay, I'm getting up. I can't see the sun. Ow.
Just be glad she didn't lick your ear. Big sloppy puppy kisses up the face.
You never know, that could be his fetish.
This is true.
That is true. Stay away from that.
Sigurd goes over
because he probably
pets her. Good dog.
Snap at him.
Hey, bad Cricket, stop it. There's no way to treat the guests.
Yeah, because probably one of the few things you notice is Kyle is still asleep, which is probably rare for you to see.
Oh, okay.
Sigurd goes
anybody
over.
got a bucket of water?
Sigurd goes over to him and pokes him and says, you might want to get out of bed.
Oh, don't ruin my fun.
Are you sleeping in a hammock?
No, I am sleeping on the ground in Lupus, as I did not move from the tree I was leaned up against.
Sigurd
Go
considers like
over and
just
bite your tail.
Sigurd considers like just chopping the tree down to wake him up.
You wait, you bit my tail?
Hit your tail.
Okay, I'm gonna snap back you properly.
Same position. Front paws down, butt up in the air, tail wagging. Bark. Morgan.
Yeah, no, but the bite is enough, and I'm worried that I will legitimately bite you hard and like aiming to hurt you.
It was a playful bite. It was not a hard bite.
Oh, it's a playful one. There's still probably the nip then.
It was, I nipped you.
Yeah.
That's the position of a dog when they want to play is, butt up in the air, paws down, barking at you.
Yeah, it's like this German Shepherd, this massive fucking fucking Silverford wolf.
Is not happy right now.
Seems like, well, if we're all going to do like a wolf, the whole like wolf form. Hold on a second.
Ash turns to Hamid form.
So wait, we're not
Wake
doing.
up, Kyle. If I gotta be awake, so do you.
So we're not
Oh,
doing
you're all right.
the.
I was just playing.
Sigurd's like, so we're not doing the wolf. We're not doing the wolf form.
No, I was just doing it to sleep. Because like, man, shit fucking hurts, and I just passed the fuck out. All right.
Speaking of
Wait,
which,
what hurts? You look fine to me.
how much would we have healed overnight?
Were you guys in a
Bruising
battle or
damage would be
something?
gone.
What did you say, GM? I couldn't hear you.
Bruising damage would be gone. Aggravated damage ain't gone yet.
Yeah. So it is worth noting I am crippled.
If I'd have noticed you were crippled, I would not have nipped at your tail.
That's probably yeah. Which I
I'd
think
probably
we
Okay, I poke at one of your wounds. Come on, let the pussy and get up.
I swear one of these days I'm gonna pour napalm over you when you're asleep, and I'm gonna set it on fire.
Then who's gonna make you the napalm?
I'll use one you already made.
Yeah, those are gonna run out. Who's gonna make you more?
I'll figure it out afterwards.
I know to make.
If I'd have known you were that hurt, I would have licked your nose.
There we go. So if I have it correct, I can't move. I can't stand up and walk. I have to crawl. Because there's a whole thing.
I'm certain if there was a need for it, one could just coax an explosion spirit into a can to hang out there until asked to explode the can full of silver nails or something.
Oh, that ain't right.
That's nasty. You should
Well-
definitely make one of those. Those are going to be useful next time we go on a hunt.
Yeah, until there's a bunch of people that we care about standing around that explosive,
Says the guy
like
who
yourself.
says the guy who actually lit me on fire with a Molotov in one of our fights.
No, you were standing in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You lit
We've
me
been
and
over
Jack.
this.
You lit me and Jack on fire, Bikasi.
Nope, y'all were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I lit the creature on fire.
And me
But
and
it's
Jack.
been-
Chuck says, if you did that hurt, you should have told me. She comes over and lays hands on you.
Thank you.
He's just a pussy.
I'm gonna.
Mother's
fucking
touch
punch her.
3.
Yes.
Uh,
I can move.
so should I just go back to my cabin? Am I like what am I doing here? You guys said you wanted me to come here.
You should probably meet the SEP leader, seeing as though you're kind of living in the area.
Sure, why not?
Chuck looks at you and goes, where's your camp?
Sigurd pulls on one of his maps. Is right there.
Hey, Kyle, who's the kid?
Oh, he's the new guy who turned up while you were passed out. I didn't wake you up.
New guy?
She's looking over the map with
Yeah, he's brief rundown. He's 13, Silverfang.
For God's sake, he calls himself the prince.
Yeah,
The
he's
prince.
some.
The prince of what?
He,
Sweden.
Of
yeah.
Sweden.
Place.
Yeah, he's also apparently missing, so that's 2 missing people we now have. But his parents are like.
Wait, didn't we just get rid of? Wait. Bard's or Jack's still with us actually.
Yeah, he is technically still there and is probably all over the fucking clave that thing has.
That and the fact that they're both royals.
I mean, by technicality, I am as well, but I just don't care for it.
True.
He introduced himself as Sigmund something of Crown Prince of Sweden. Hell, I didn't. Oh my.
Well,
Oh, that's just precious, isn't it?
well, I don't know. That's to other go. That's how my parents said I'm supposed to introduce myself.
We're just making fun of you, honey, by ourselves and discussing the fact that we're all pretty new. Cricket's really new too. You changed before she did. She's only changed a month and a half ago, so she thinks it's a little pretentious, but she's learning to understand.
And it doesn't help that I know how to be proper and do the whole etiquette thing. I just have an innate refusal of doing it.
So
How many
Kyle,
Silverfangs do
how
we have now?
Silverfang is he?
I mean,
Like, how much has he been brainwashed by your people?
it's not brainwashing.
Yeah, it is.
No,
But we can argue about that later. How bad is it?
This is true. For now, I'd say about a 6.
On a scale of 1 to 4.
On a scale of 1 to 10, he seems okay,
Well-
but he hasn't spoke too much. He hasn't gone all, hoity-toity about his family yet. That's a pretty good indicator.
He looks really young.
Yeah,
He's 13.
he's 13.
13? What?
He
Yeah.
changed last year. He's 13.
He's been living in
Changed
the
at
woods.
12?
Yeah, I know, right?
And this story just keeps getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah, and he's been living out in the woods for a year and built a cabin.
With his clave.
A Silverfang, 13-year-old royal. I mean, that's Jack.
Yeah, no.
That's Jack, but Jack was what, 17?
He's
Yeah,
7.
it's also
But
Jack
yeah.
minus.
But Jack
it's-
acted 13.
Yeah, so it's minus the sword.
Yeah, it's Jack minus the.
Oh well, with the sword.
Oh,
Jack is
with
him
the
on
sword,
minus. Yeah. This should be interesting.
So why is he here?
He's
Because
been
he's new.
living. He's been living outside of the bond around the area, and heard the howls. Yeah. So
But
Clan
this
ended
was
up-
the first time he heard the howls. He's been living
Yeah.
out there that long.
Yeah, I know. He was
Is he
from-
deaf?
Potentially.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
had to make sure.
Yeah, and then he ended up coming out here and got lost, and then Chuck's found him.
Oh, at first you said coming out. I thought you meant like he was saying he was gay or something. Not that I have anything against that, but it's just where my mind went for the first second there. But sorry, no offense.
I mean,
We can
he's
introduce
13.
him to the bar. We can introduce him to the bouncer we had.
I think that breaks some laws.
Yeah.
Whatever you're into, cricket.
So
whatever you're
where's
into.
Sig? Are you guys like talking behind him, or is he just?
We're probably like off.
Yeah. You're talking with Chucks right now? She's
So you
Probably
wouldn't-
talking in the pack speak then.
That's true.
You know?
We're probably. Well, I suppose
just
No,
as
I
not.
don't think
someone to get your stuff.
Yeah, FYI to Cricket and Blaze, we now have the ability of being able to speak to each other through the totem to each other in each
Yeah,
other's
we-
heads.
Yeah, we can speak to each other at any distance.
You just say
So
the
we talk
person's
really, really
name and
fast?
it's like a ringtone in your head.
We talk really, really fast.
It was Sigurd is just while they're all like talking off, he's sitting there practicing with the sword.
His sword's like bigger than him.
I know.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why he has it. There's not many 13-year-olds carrying around a great glaive. I would
That's
think.
a great clave?
It's a grand
Yeah.
clave.
Or grand clave, yeah.
Yeah, what I was on about it. I know. It's Grand Glaive.
And it's got fire in it.
I mean, look at Jack over there. His mouth's literally watering as he looks at him man's about with the sword.
Yeah, I know. It looks like he's like eyeing that thing up and down like a naked girl.
Mm.
Hey, FK.
All right, so what are we doing with him?
And
Or
he's
today? I
going-
mean,
he's going to the Sept with us, I imagine.
oh, okay.
Anyway,
So he's just
we should-
tagging along for the rope ride.
Yeah, I mean, he's been living nearby. You should probably know who's kind of like.
I mean, strange that he hasn't heard any of the howls up until now.
You say Sigurd, just, he's like, should I practice on this? Just, I'm gonna see how impressive he is with the sword. Also, if I have the sword specialty, does that decrease my difficulty of using a grand clave?
No, if you take the specialty,
Yeah.
then you get to reroll your 10s.
Yeah, if you click on the in the thing for click specialty, yes. If you roll a 10, it will roll another dice for it automatically. Two.
All right, I need a couple minutes. AFK. We'll get moving.
That's fine. So 2 successes.
Mikasi wants to walk up to Sig. Hey, what's up, kid? Name's Mikasi.
Sigurd. I mean, I would give you the whole spiel, but I honestly don't feel like doing it.
All right, that's I'm good with that. I mean, I kind of already got this info from my alpha.
Oh
Just
yeah.
came over to introduce myself since I was asleep when you apparently came into camp last night. It's a mighty big sword you got. Overcompensating for something?
No, I can show you. It's fine down there.
Yeah, Mikasi, just as you say, compensating for something, you can just hear in your head. Yeah, I don't think his balls have dropped yet.
I just laugh. You just see him laugh in front of you for a second. Well, I just came over to introduce myself. Yeah, so
I mean, if I wanted to really
You have
play up the whole arrogance of some of the Silfangs I met, bow before me, peasant.
oh, you can all you want.
That was a
Good
joke.
luck. Oh, okay. I mean, I've got plenty of Silverfang Royals around me right now, so I mean, you're honestly not trying to be offensive, not really special when it comes to that. Although you are special because you've got this really cool sword.
And so young to have that really cool sword.
Yeah, it has a name. Hold on, let me. Sigurd pulls out his. It does have a name, but it's Graffath. It's hard to pronounce. It's German and it's hard.
His sword has a name.
Yeah, some Grand Claves, depending on how far they go down from descendant to descendant, end up picking up names.
Not only that, but like the biggest problem with Grand Claves though is that it basically you
Graham.
have to dedicate, I think, 2 permanent gnosis to them.
Yeah.
So
This is Graham.
Also,
Oh, wait.
there's a legitimate thing for a rank 1 having a Grand Clave brings a lot of attention, and it's like,
Yeah,
why the
people
fuck
do
does he
want
have it?
people do want to steal it.
What the hell?
This is Graham. Well, it's longer in actual old High German, but this once belonged
No,
to
if you tell him it's.
it once.
Go ahead.
Well, according to family legends, this once belonged to legendary Swedish hero Sigurd. So apparently it slayed a dragon, so that's cool.
That how it got the fire?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, if you said that, then Makasi pulls out of his bag a flare gun and a nail gun and said, "This is Heather and this is Julia. They're very good at killing Black Spiral dancers."
I can attest to that.
And then he puts them away. It's good meeting you. And
Yeah.
I walk back over to Kyle.
I just watch it as you're doing your sword, and I'm just like, not bad.
Ash would have responded to Makasi by, going, "This is Johnson," showing his middle finger, saying it's a very excellent human repellent.
Oh, some sort of.
She's ordering dinner.
So, what are you, Red Talon? I mean, not that I have anything
I'm a
against.
Strider.
Oh, sorry. Silent Strider. Not that I have anything against Red Talons. I mean, yes, I could agree that humans are ultimately, there's too many humans in the world, and we should probably cull a few hundred million of them. But I think we should trick them into some sort of war.
Do you want to you want to go back to the Imperium days? Fuck that. Fuck that. You don't know. Look, we did it before. We stopped because it was a fucking mistake.
What? Culling the humans? Nah, there's too many people on this planet, and I hate people. That's probably why I was hiding in the woods like a crazy person.
Just a little bit of note. You know the people who tend to say cull? A lot of those people in history tend to have been worm.
Ah,
Watch your words.
I mean,
Watch your words.
I wouldn't say at all.
I'm back, by the way.
Well, but then again, people are just annoying, in my opinion. That's why I just don't want to be around them.
Yes, people can be annoying, but calling them again.
I don't want to. I'd fuck alone. That's all.
That's a fair opinion to have.
I know. It's nothing to do with that. I think the humans are destroying the planet, and there's too many.
Oh, no, I agree with you there, but if you think that we should be calling humans and you're a prince of a country, that's a very bad start. I'm hoping you're like the third prince and you're not like
Nope,
nowhere
Crown
in line
Prince.
for the
Crown Prince.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Next in
Well,
line.
fuck. Well, fuck.
Well, that's good. Well,
I know one place I'm not ever moving.
well, Swedish
Hey, look,
Swedish royal family
only
doesn't have any real power, so it's a ceremonial title at best. I mean, sure, I could try and play some legalism and gain more power, but honestly, I don't really care what's going on. I mean, it's a ceremonial title at best.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I don't believe in culling the humans. I just think we need to control world population growth to a sustainable rate.
That means generally culling.
No, I'm not really suggesting. I'm just saying we need to.
Or watching the population was what the Imperium was. It didn't end well.
I'm not
It
saying
won't end well
kill.
if we did it.
I'm not saying start killing people. I'm saying we need to control population growth and not let it get out of hand. And we have a finite amount of resources.
Yeah, there are finite amount of resources. They could be managed better.
That's what
very
I'm
true.
that's what I'm encouraging. Better management of resources.
If you set better management of resources as your first point, instead of we
Okay,
should probably
let's
cull a couple-
let's stop talking like human politics. The humans are dull, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just want to do this. I don't walk in as probably step forward closer to you as you're heated. Come back over to Makasi. solid 9. It's just what he says as he comes back.
Oh, jeez.
Humans, humans are boring? And what form were you born into, son?
Well, technically a human form, but I don't know. Just I don't know. I've only been at this like werewolf thing for like a year. Well, technically longer. My family was, but all like I've seen all the things that you can do as a human. It's like being magic is way more fun. Well, the more supernatural world. I'm not saying like humans like don't have interesting things to do. I'm just saying in general it's a boring life if you don't know about the supernatural.
A lot of them don't. Those who do tend to try and kill them.
Oh, the hunters, yeah, those guys are a bunch of posed faggots who are jealous.
Ooh, ooh, oh.
Oh,
Edgy 12-year-old, look at him go.
what?
Okay. Chuck looks over at you. You all ready to go, or you want to eat first?
I'm hungry.
I mean, if we can agree on one thing,
Y'all aren't feeding crickets.
let's get rid of the fucking hunters. All those people are just a nuisance. Every other, even if you don't like the vampires, I don't like the vampires. But, the hunters, they're just a bunch of mortals who have a stick up their ass.
Or if you look at it from the perspective, they're humans who learned about it, fear for their lives, fear that we're going to kill all of them, which we were going to do at one point, and they're trying to protect general humanity.
Yeah, I don't think.
Which is not too far wrong from what, not too far wrong from what we tried to do for our own people. We're not that far from each other.
Nah, I just think they have a stick up their ass.
Until they're sticking that stick up your ass.
Anyway, let's go and let's just go to the Karen. That's my vote. We can eat a little bit on the way. In Cricket, you can get probably more food in the Karen.
One of Chuck's pack changes to Hamid, takes off their backpack. Got some beef jerky.
Yes, please.
He starts handing it out.
Yeah. Well, if the apocalypse does come, a lot of people are going to die. It's just sad.
And that's why we're trying to stop it.
I mean, yeah, we could win. I think the whole stopping it's kind of irrelevant. It's going to happen. We should just try and win the apocalypse.
If he's spouting apocalypse stuff, because that would be my territory.
Yeah, he's going off about how we should try and stop it. You know, it's some mind-blowing things.
He's deep for a 12-year-old.
And he's also very edgy.
So, in pack speak, Makasi says to everybody, who wants to bet that we get stuck with the kid?
I concur.
I will bet all of the pack money that we have that we will. And I think we need someone to bet against for this to be worth anything.
Ain't gonna happen.
I was just trying to make a point this time.
All right, well, we gotta try and be nice. Impact speed.
You can be as nice as you want to the arrogant little Silver Fang kid.
Here's the thing. He's 13. There's a lot of time for us to help him and not.
There's a lot of swirlies in his future.
Yeah, we can work on it. I mean, I grew up with Silver Fangs all my life. I'm relatively well adjusted.
I'll be blessing his heart a lot.
Thanks, Mikasa.
will be blessing his heart.
Yeah, I noticed. Anyway, we should. He's kind of looking at us. He's kind of looking over at us. We're kind of staring at each other right now.
Yes.
She's probably like,
Sarah's like, oh, great, the speaking in pack talk or something like that. What about you? I mean, he's like his inner monologue's like, what about you dickheads? It's like I'm not here. I would say something ridiculous like, how dare they defile the prince, the crown prince of Sweden.
he's gonna be a piece of work.
Oh, he's saying this all in
I
his
need
head.
a lot of training.
Oh, I can't wait for him and Jack to get together. That's gonna be fun.
It's going to be. Oh, I can't wait.
Jack's just gonna keep trying to steal his sword.
Yes.
Yeah, Jack will actually try and take the sword.
Well, I think the sword's bound to him, so.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
but-
matter. He will try.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, you have
Ash.
not.
Ash,
Yeah.
you're probably gonna have to do what I did and adjust him in adjust his volume.
Okay. I was trying to see whether it was just me or if that was a common thing.
But
Nah, it took me a while the first time I talked to him in Discord to get it straightened out so I could hear him. And yeah, I still have trouble, but that I think is mostly the damage to my hearing.
that's why I'm wearing headphones.
Sigurd was just sitting there, like, his minimum monologue's like, well, I mean, I don't, am I coming off as pompous? I mean, they're just generally talking. Because, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying we should kill the humans, just saying, like, we need to control population growth before it gets out of hand and the Earth eventually dies.
Look.
Yeah, it's all role play, so it's all good. All right,
No, it's fine.
someone wants to get moving.
I do. I'm hungry. Feed me.
They handed out beef jerky.
That ain't food. That's a snack.
Eat your snacks in the car.
Sigurd,
If we get moving, we might get there before breakfast is like totally cleaned up and gone.
Let's go.
let's go.
All right, they start roping you all together.
Yeehaw.
And you set out. You're going at a pretty good clip.
I hate this part.
What part?
Then you go.
Makes me. Do we have to make rolls or anything?
No. As long as you're all roped together, there's no real chance of you getting lost. Even though you think you're going south and you might actually be going north or east or west. You might actually be going uphill, but you think you're going downhill. Things like that. You
I
might
hate
hear
this.
water running in one direction, but the stream is actually in the other.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
And eventually you get to this really steep path. I mean, like really steep. You can see marks where there was an avalanche, and you can also see where it looks like the stone has been cut. And you pass up between these two mountains, and you're looking down into a valley. That sort of looks like the picture I got on Roll20. Around that tiny lake, though, there's some colonial style buildings that are mostly ruins. There's a big ass cave you can see. The cave mouth is probably something like 20 feet high. And in front of that, there is a large burned and scorched cross.
So is that
Oh,
the
look, I'm back home.
So is that the cave we're not supposed to go into?
Correct.
Now I feel right at home.
As we get in, I look to Sig and I look to Ash and I go, "Welcome to the Sept of New Eden."
Wait, what did you say? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I say, "Welcome to the Sept of New Eden."
So what happened to Old Eden?
It's the burnt cross.
That'd be all the dead people.
Well, if you need some help, I'm a pretty good carpenter. Those houses, they look like they could use some maintenance.
I'm used to being in cairns full of dead people. Common thing with my tribe.
Yeah, you might not want to look too much on that side. We had a Strider did it. A lot of ghosts. And I mean a lot from what she said.
Firstly, I haven't been taught that little trick yet. And two, I have full faith that the people in charge of this cairn, if they really wanted a Strider to go and look into the dead of the cairn, they'd have already asked for that.
No, I mean she just looked because she was curious and she saw a lot of ghosts and spirits in that of the colonial era. And just merely saying. I mean, sure, the third is a silent Strider. I have no doubt she's already done it.
I mean, I made the mistake of looking in the Umbra.
You did more than Luke.
I went there, yeah.
Yeah,
true.
you smashed open the window and climbed inside.
Yeah, no, that place sucked. Don't go there.
Again with your smash.
Well,
At
Hey,
least it didn't blow it up.
I'm talking
where
about
y'all
like,
heading?
so can we go to the cave?
Aaron,
You don't go to the cave.
So what if we fixed it with, fix the spirits on us and then we could go in the cave?
No.
you were told not to go to the cave.
But what if
Look,
there's something really
the
cool in
spirits
the cave?
Do you want your head to be turned? Like from what I've heard, you'll just go in and die, and your guts will be smeared across all over the walls. I have no idea what's in the cave.
They'll
I've been
probably
told
make
by you-
us clean those guts up too, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I don't feel like.
All I know is every single person within the Sept has gone, "Don't go to the cave." I'm interested in what's in the cave, but I'm still not going to go to the cave.
Yeah, probably shouldn't go in the cave. But, I'm just saying there might be something really cool in the cave. Like, magic swords.
I was going to say don't let your hubris
Magic-
get ahead. I was going to say don't let your hubris get a bit better of you, but then I remembered you're fucking 13.
Now, when did we become babysitters?
I don't know. I don't know how I get
Technically,
into
we
this.
haven't yet. They haven't assigned the kid to us yet.
But
I'm
we're the
saying this
only.
I'm saying this in pack speech, by the way.
Yeah, but
'Cause he can't hear me.
Yet, but you know it's coming.
Well,
yeah,
of course
probably.
I do, but we get all the new people. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Because we keep losing people, we gotta get new people.
It's not that you get new people. It's the fact we're getting the rejects.
Yeah, but he's got a really big magic sword.
As he's going through that whole process, I'm going to go. Anyway, Sigurd, I'm going to show you where people tend to sleep when they're staying in the cairn.
So do I. I mean, I don't.
Perhaps.
Do I live here, or should I build myself a house? I'm pretty good at building things.
Perhaps you should
depends.
introduce them to Moonsong.
Yeah, that's the plan. Was going to go run by him, show him where the place is where people stay is in case he wanders off.
I'd still
We're
do
going
Moon
to
Song
say-
first.
I'm gonna go do both. All right. Anyway, do you guys want to come? Ashley, you want to come with as well? Probably a good idea.
I'll come with y'all. I want to say hi to Moon.
Mm.
Who is this
Um,
Moonsong?
Sept leader.
Is this mandatory?
That would be a good idea then.
It's not mandatory.
Makassi's gonna
You
take
know
a nap.
what? I might need to go with you because last time you went there, you got us that job that sucked. Now
I'm not-
remember, this time the deal was vacation after that.
That's true. No, I know the vacation, and we're gonna take the break because I know you will more than likely cut my balls off as I sleep.
Oh, I'll do worse.
And
Yeah,
light
no,
'em
but
on fire.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll melt them off.
and I did not like the first time you lit me on fire, so I'm not gonna do that again.
Oh, lesson learned.
Yeah, that's you admitting you lit me on fire. Half.
No.
No, you admitted
You're
it.
in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I'm gonna go take them to Moonsong. I will see you all if you want to come with. Feel free.
I'm going.
Alright.
I'm going to get some food.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold at least 3 bowls for cricket, will you?
Thank you.
Now, Kyle, you could look at this as being that you're getting dumped with whatever random pack members seem to showing up. Or you could see it as that Gaia has some idea that you're going to need new pack members and tosses them your way.
Oh no, I have that. The second one is definitely one I'm thinking of because given how he has generally been raised and told certain things, that's his line of thinking for that. Doesn't vocalize it because it doesn't want to come across as a nut job too much to certain people.
My character's a Theurge. So of
Yeah, I
course
know.
he's going to think that, Gaia works in mysterious ways kind of bullshit.
We got a
Yeah.
third.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what Ash is. Ash is a
Keep him
Theurge.
alive. Keep him alive.
He hasn't died yet.
Oh, I love memes. Anyway.
All right. Y'all get to the mess hall. Dakota and them are back. Magnus has got his arm in a sling. That's not back yet.
Is my daddy all right? Actually, it's more my mama all right.
Who are you asking?
Kind of figured it out. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So then I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Did so you came with me to the mess hall then?
Yeah, it was probably a case of they tend to be there. I'll let them then check our house.
Well, I could introduce her. It's no problem while you're taking care of Moonsong.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't care.
Well, if I see Dakota in there, I would introduce whoever's with me that he doesn't know. I would go up to him. So who's with me going to the mess hall? Who hasn't met Dakota yet?
Sadly, I was going to see Moon.
Okay, well, you go there then. Anybody going with me to the mess hall? Or is everyone else going to see Moonsong?
I'm going with Picasso.
Moonsong was in mess hall.
Oh.
Yeah. One of those awkward moments where we say goodbye and then walk in the same direction.
Well, no, you'd probably go to the regular meeting hall place that she's at first,
Yeah,
and then turn
probably.
around.
Yeah, I go to the house first, more than likely.
That is the mess hall.
It is. Well then.
Okay, then it is one of those awkward moments where we both turn the same direction.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Don't. Anyway. Moonsong's there. I assume her, Dakota, and the rest of her pack is sitting at the same table with the kids.
Yeah.
What expressions did they give when they noticed us coming in?
curious because you got new people with you.
Okay.
Let me describe some of the people. All right, there's a chick, looks in like mid-20s or so. If she were standing up, she'd be all of like, maybe if she's lucky and in heels, 5 foot tall. Very, very long black hair. Flippin' drop dead gorgeous. And she's got a baby in a cradle next to her. There this guy sitting right next to her. Definitely looks American Indian. Short hair, wearing a leather vest, and yeah, he looks like he's cut from stone. He's that muscular, but he's not a big, huge person. He looks definitely seriously athletic. Think like Bruce Lee type build. And yet, Cricket, yeah, you start drooling.
No, I don't. That's not my type. So there.
With them is a guy probably about only slightly taller than the girl. Again, American Indian. His hair is probably longer than Makassi's. He's got a permanent grin on his face, pretty much. There's also a very big, broad-shouldered blonde guy. His hair's just a little bit past his shoulders. His arm is currently in a sling. And sitting next to him is a chick who also has about a 2-year-old kid with her. And there's a little 6-year-old girl running around. Again, the long hair. She's doing cartwheels and whatnot around the table.
But I walk into the Lord of the Flies.
When we walk
And
in, if I see Moonsong, I just wave and say,
Are they all just part of Moonsong and Dakota's pack? Or is there other people in there like Waya? Because you didn't give names to some of the Native Americans.
The one is Johnny Twisted Tongue, which is a member of Moonsong's pack. You don't actually see Waya.
Okay.
You see Dakota's cousin's pack. They're here. They're cleaning up their table, and looks like they're getting ready to take their dishes and whatnot into the kitchen for washing.
So I'll go up and hope that Ash and Sigurd come with me over to where Moonsong is, and they're asking for a pack.
I'll bounce
Ash
a
will follow.
Mikasi will nod to Dakota and Moonsong and all of them and then make his way towards the kitchen.
So is this
Okay.
some sort of weird commune?
Leanne nods to you, Cricket, when she sees you. Gives you a little smile.
we're back.
Sigurd Beamadot.
Yeah.
She's looking at you now, Kyle. Curious look on her face. Dakota's looking also.
Yeah, we picked up some new ones.
It looks like it.
We met Ash here in Denver. Actually, when we went back, weird how things work out sometimes. And this is Sigurd. We met him outside of the barn. He's apparently been living in the woods for about a year. Surprised he hasn't come across the place sooner, in all honesty.
I'm Sigurd Bernadotte, Crown Prince of Sweden.
He's also a Silver Fang.
And he's 13.
Yeah, he's 13, Silver Fang Rune. Ash is a Silent Strider Theurge.
Don't kill.
She looks at you. She nods.
Sorry about the
Pleasure to
whole.
meet you. I am Moonsong, leader of the Sept. I'm of the Black Furies. My husband, Dakota. He is the Master Challenge. This is Magnus Wavehammer. Points to the big blonde guy with the arm in a sling. And this is Johnny. They call him Twisted Tongue. Don't believe anything he says. She's like, hey! She just kind of smiles.
He's got to be part
Considering how well he gets along with Wyatt, sometimes I think so too. Dakota looks at you. Sigurd says, you can put that thing in the armory. You won't need it here.
Well, I'm supposed to not take it off. Well, I'm supposed to not actually have it with me when I'm on vacation, but you know, I took it when I went on vacation anyways. But when I do have it around me, I'm not supposed to take it off. It's a kind of a grand clave, so.
Dakota looks at you. He gets a little sterner look and he says, you can leave it in the armory where it will be safe.
Fine.
Or I can take it from you.
Fine, Sigurd, where's the armory?
Right out here on the left, this building, it's got a blacksmith shop in there.
Okay, Sigurd takes it there and runs back.
As he's gone, I just say, fair warning, it's a bit of a piece of work, but he's good with the sword. From a few bit of showing off I've seen him done.
You see Wavehammer and Dakota both just sort of give up a snort.
Yeah. Just
Moonsong. If I might speak to you later, I have some questions for you, if that's all right.
Well, if you want to help me put the baby down,
I'd love to. I love baby.
Sigurd runs
looks
back.
over at
Sigurd runs back in the room.
She looks over at the little girl that's running and doing cartwheels and whatnot. She's like, come on, let's go put your sister down.
I will follow her where she's going.
So those kinfolk, kinfolk children, Garo children, to note.
They're Dakota and Moonsong's kids. Not sure.
Wait, I thought that was against the rules.
Dakota's kinfolk.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, it was like.
That's why I typed in there pack speak is Dakota kinfolk, because it seemed like Dakota wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I will just say it out.
I just saw.
Yeah, Dakota, I will just say it out loud, considering he asked, and probably I'll assume it's the same time. Yeah, Dakota's kinfolk.
Well, yeah, I said it in pack speak, so I didn't want to insult anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Kinfolk usually don't like hang around. The Seps.
Things are different than what you would expect.
Oh no, the Silver
Not
Fang.
everyone-
The Silver Fang kinfolk where I am from usually hang around the Sept, because, you know, they get a bit. My tribe does get a bit touchy when it comes to bloodlines. I think that's a bit weird, in my opinion. Don't inbreed. It's gonna screw with your head.
I just look at you and I'm just like pulling that. Yeah, you're fucking. Yeah, I'm just like obviously sort of look at my face and I'm just like, man, you're telling me. Wow.
I can assure you, my mom and father are not cousins or sister or brother.
Defensive?
No, not defensive. Just I've met some fucking whacked out siblings who are, well, not siblings, cousins who are bit too close. Parents are a bit too close to each other genetically, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure, and it's, you know what, I'm not even gonna say anything. I've got nothing to say.
Are you playing like the Silver Fang Woody Allen or something? Is Sigurd playing Silver Fang variant of Woody Allen?
Potentially.
No, he's just more down to earth, but he does say some crazy shit occasionally. He kind of just speaks his mind about things.
He's 13.
Yeah, he's as I have previously stated. Ooh, 12-year-old. Like, seeing that the people are that Wavehammer has this thing, I'm just going to go make them. What happened to you is
we went to that chick's old house. Yeah, we had some fun. They didn't.
Well, any word back from about that hard drive? Or is that still doing gramming up the wall?
No, we bypassed town when we came back. So, ain't heard from her.
Yeah, I heard she's been greatly challenged, I suppose, by that little piece of hardware.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we didn't find any more challenges for her. They cleaned the place out. They tried to set it up as a trap. It didn't work out too well for them.
Yeah, it's a shame about us messing up a little bit with the last time. A little bit more unprepared than we should have been.
Dakota kind of looks at your new scars and whatnot.
I mean, it's just how this life is. It was a fun out time, I have to say. When Hummingbird took us on a little bit of a hunt. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah, you guys need to spend some more time around the cairn so I can teach you how to fight better.
Yeah, the whole teamwork thing needs to be improved on. Some of us can fight well enough, but I guess we need to work a little bit closer together, like an actual pack.
I know it. I can fight with the sword.
Yeah, I can fight with my claws as well.
Not the best at that.
Yeah, and I can also fight with a sword. Diversity, my friend.
I can also use a bow.
Okay. Fair enough.
I've been meaning
I'm here, but I beat.
I've been meaning to try and figure out Well, I've always said that there's all these grand cleaves, all these other grand weapons, but no one's ever made a very good fetish bow.
Yeah,
The one guy, Johnny, looks up and goes, "I beg to differ."
Well,
Well, we were in Greece. We heard of Odysseus's bow.
well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of a legendary piece of equipment, but I mean, like, just that's only one exists. I think we need more bows. Go too high, heavily rely on like close-in weapons.
I mean, I know there's. Well, I have heard from my old times there's arrows made. Don't know how they're made.
Johnny looks. I got a whole quiver of those because I use a bow on occasion.
Ah,
They're one-time use types things, from what I understand. You just ask a spirit to inhabit an arrowhead, and then when the arrow strikes something, the spirit lets loose. Sometimes I've heard that you can even force a bane into one. So I don't really like that idea.
yeah, that just rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, I mean, the glasswalkers and guns. I'd assume we should start using more modern weapons, but not everybody wants to use guns. So I think we should just meet people halfway and just start more with bows and stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually agreeing a little bit with what you say. I don't like using guns. I like the personal aspect of being up close to someone as I smash their head up against a rock. It's personal and fun.
Wavehammer kinds of grins at you. I like you, kid.
There's also the fact that I've seen elder werewolves be able to just completely stop all guns from working, even bows from working, even swords from working if they're old enough.
Yeah, we've seen them stop using guns. When we first ran into these lad here, we were kind of me, Mikasi, and then Jack, who was quiet enough but drooling over your sword. We kind of ran into the DNA, and by ran in I mean all of us were kind of kidnapped and housed in a truck being transported.
DNA?
Simplest way to put it, hunters. They came to hunt and kill us.
Humans with sticks up their asses about not being supernatural.
Yeah. And so Gremlin, who's not here, who's busy working on something we found for her, made, I think it was, someone checked me, it was, what was it, 12, 15 people's guns stopped working? Or was it more?
Well, that's with hunters, they all use guns and shit. I don't know,
Yeah,
as I said earlier, the humans with sticks up their asses about not being supernatural.
Yeah, but these are military trained and used silver. They knew their game.
I think if we ever had an alliance with any other supernaturals, we should all team up and just, get rid of that group. Because, if you're going to be part of Supernatural World, you just, we're going to kill each other on an individual level. But, hunters are just, all angry about not being human. They're angry that they have no special magic powers.
I think you might make it a little bit weirder than some of them probably do, as they're just afraid of us and act out of fear.
I mean, if someone really wanted to sit down and explain all the other problems every individual supernatural community has, I honestly think they'd blow their mind and they'd just want to kill them, just want to just leave the whole situation alone.
Anyway.
Dakota kind of shakes his head and goes, "You think being supernatural gives you an advantage? You think it makes you better than people, huh?"
No, I'm just saying, I could see why humans would be jealous of supernaturals, but if they would know what supernatural, well, let's say us as Garo would have to deal with eventually. They wouldn't want to be involved in it.
Only the weak envy those who have things that they cannot get by their own hands.
I mean,
I mean,
Like,
if I was
you-
human and I learned about the apocalypse, I wouldn't want to fucking be anywhere near werewolves.
I just kind of look at Dakota. I'm just give him a shrug.
Dakota looks pretty irritated, but he's keeping his mouth shut.
Anyway,
I mean, what, did I say something wrong? It's not that I'm not willing to fight
I
the
just
apocalypse.
He's like, listen, kid, having fur doesn't make you special.
I never said it did. I just said if I would figure out that there's a super cool group of group of people who have superhuman strength and massive healing things, I'd be jealous of them.
Or you could just learn their weaknesses and work really hard and probably be able to take on someone who just assumes that having some claws will give them an advantage in a fight.
Dakota looks over like, listen, being able to get furry and grow claws doesn't make you special.
I never said it
What
did.
you do in life does make you special.
I mean,
because
not,
I have
not saying
I have
it does. I'm just saying I can see why someone would be jealous of someone who does have that power. I'm not saying anybody does it. And I'm just saying I'm saying hunters really should, defend
I mean-
humans from supernaturals that want to kill them. But
I'm
I just think they
I'm-
should stay out of general supernatural business.
like, Zigguard, we all have different opinion. I'm gonna say I have some respect for them. They're fighting what could kill them easy. It takes some fucking balls.
I would just stay away from them if possible. Never underestimate humans.
Here's the thing: Dakota there, he's kinfolk. I have no doubt he could kick your ass in about 10 seconds flat, maybe a little bit less.
Dakota just kind of grins. Yeah, less.
Kinfolk are different than just normal humans. They still have some
I mean-
guys' gifts in them.
There's only one difference. If they see us in our full chronos, they don't get tripped by delirium. That tends to be the main factor. Not much else. Anything Dakota has is from hard work and dedication.
Hey, I've
Anyway.
met some girl that was utterly useless.
Yeah. That's because we cuddle some of our kin. But anyway, we're getting very deep into fucking how we handle different things.
Yeah, did anybody explain the rules to you kids?
They were told. I said it to Ash beforehand, and I said it to Sigurd, and Chuck's also mentioned not to go into the Umbra here, and no.
Okay, stay out of the cave. And above all, if you have any intentions of staying here and becoming members of this Karen, absolutely no killing anything that ain't worm tape that grows fur.
Oh, so there's no red talons in this Karen?
We've got one red talon running around. But I'm talking about other changing breeds.
Ah, So we're still allowed to kill humans. Not that I want to, I'm just gonna.
Killing humans isn't a good idea usually.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
be a serial killer, then I
He,
don't think you're gonna make a full member here.
as he
We
says,
do have a coyote that comes by on occasion. We have a couple of Korax friends, and I don't know if you ever heard of them, but Grawl.
Are those the dinosaur ones?
No, those are the bears.
Ah, bears, werebears. I just called them werebears.
Yeah, no killing any of them you meet anywhere, and this also includes Guru.
What if the black
If you
spiral
can't
dancers?
If it's a black spiral dancer, it's worm taint, you can kill it. But if you want to become a member of this sept, then if you go to another Karen and someone challenges you to a fight, you can whoop their ass, but don't kill them.
I understand.
okay. I'll, as he's worm, we'll try and keep an eye on him, I guess. I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay. Johnny pipes up, "Hey, how was the game?"
It was a good game. I go and give him the score.
Okay.
Give him a few of the plays that I noticed as I was very invested.
Now, any idea why I wanted to go?
I saw her talking to one of the basketball players who seems to be roughly Middle Eastern, kinda. Seemed to be talking about stuff I imagine it might have been to see him.
Johnny starts giggling and laughing. That's got a boyfriend. At that point, Wavehammer slaps him upside the head.
Ash would look at Kyle and wait until Kyle like nods for him to then like ask Moonsong a question.
Moonsong's not there. She's changed. She's putting the.
Yeah, probably maybe to sleep.
Oh, never mind then.
But I mean, I'd probably still look at you to ask your question, because you're sitting here with what is effectively the Council of Elders.
He would ask, so if you can't go into the Umbra here, how do you find spirits to teach you gifts? Do you go outside the cairn?
Well, when the set's here and the other members of the sept who are Thurges want to talk to a spirit, they can go in the Umbra. Although most except the set avoid it, but they can summon the spirits and the spirit will come into the physical world. The set has a tendency to call up some that usually have no problems coming into the physical world.
Okay. Would there be anything wrong with going outside the cairn and entering the Umbra then?
No, as long as you're off the bond.
Ash will nod.
But until you become a full member, you're going to have someone guide you in and out.
Ash nods again.
Okay, Cricket,
Yes.
are you done eating and ready for your talk with the Moonsong? or is that just a thing so you can munch?
I already ate my.
Okay, what do you want to talk to Moonsong about?
Blowing my nose. All right. I'd like to talk. I want to look at Moonsong and say, "Can I ask you some?"
Sure.
Is it normal for a silver fang to change as early as 12?
It can happen. I was on the young side when I had my first change.
This new boy is rubbing me the wrong way. And be 12 years old and have a clave? A grand clave?
I'm 13.
You were 12 when you got it, honey.
Well, never mind.
Been out there a year, so 12 plus 1 is 13.
Well, how do you know I didn't get it when I was younger?
I've never understood Silverfang.
All right. Thank you. Talk to her about baby things and how life's been going on in the care and that kind of stuff. Help her put the baby down.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't steal the clave, if that's what you guys are wondering. It's a family heirloom.
Oh no, I think we're aware of that. It's just the case of a 13-year-old with a grand clave. Don't see that.
I mean, you don't see it every day, but you know, I mean,
Think about it this way. A grand clave has a spirit of war in it. And so you give a 13-year-old werewolf which has doubly the whole rage thing and also the adolescent teenage hormone bullshit going on, and you have a war spirit inside also. So it means that most likely it might even be talking to, egging you on, and to just like start murdering shit.
Okay,
It makes sense.
out of character and all, there's also this. If his family line hasn't produced a guru in a while, because it can skip generations, his parent or grandparent may not have been a guru. And if he's the first guru in his line in a little while, yeah, they would hand it to him.
Which
Yeah,
is fair, but it's still just one of the things that warrant, like, this is strange. This is like one of those 1 in 1,000 things.
It's more of the fact that my character himself is just thinking, oh, great. There's a very angry sword around us now.
Yeah,
Let me just stay away from that.
Yeah, and for me, it's kind of like you don't see Silver Fangs at the age of 13 with a grand clave.
Or Cricket's still trying to figure out what everything is. Because, to be honest, she's still trying to figure out who she is. And being a Black Fury, you know, she gets that whole, you know, don't like guys kind of thing. And then she turns around and she meets this young man who's very angsty and, you know, got a lot of hubris, and he's just, you know, 13. And she had been told that grand claves were something that were really hard to get and extremely valuable within the Guru society. And she's looking at this 13-year-old boy going, huh?
Yes, and if there was another Silverfang that wasn't like Kyle or Jack here, like a older one, they might take it into their mind that, yeah, the kid don't deserve it and take it away from him.
Yep.
But she's still learning this. That's why she's questioning it. And she trusts Moonsong.
yeah.
But all right, back
Nothing
to the
against-
character.
Mm-hmm.
When I get done helping put the baby down, I'll skip my fancy ass back over to the
Okay. What are the rest of y'all doing?
Was there anything? Was there anybody in the kitchen?
There was a couple people.
Nobody I really recognized or nobody important.
The 3 guys that used to live in the bottom part of the pack house. Looks like they got kitchen duty.
No, I'd say what's up and all that, and grab myself a hearty plate, and then head back out to the rest of my pack.
You grabbing something for Cricket?
No, it'd be more work.
That is true.
Yeah, I'll probably go and find, because I mean we're probably going to be out here for like the rest of the day. I'll go and find that house that I started cleaning up a little bit the first time. I'll just go back and do that.
Sigurd's gonna go to the blacksmith shop and just see what if they need help with anything.
All right. You go to the blacksmith shop. Where exactly did you put your sword?
Where I put it in a spot where I put it in the most secure looking spot that possible. If someone stole it, Sigurd's gonna be really angry and he's going to kill someone.
There is a rack on the wall that's got several different kinds of weapons. Hanging up over the door is a large sledgehammer. Looks like it'd be about a 10-pound sledge. It's kind of odd looking because the handle looks exceptionally old. And the head of it itself looks like your standard iron or metal head, but it's pockmarked and splotched with silver type-ish material.
Sigurd thinks to himself, he can't think of the name. He's like, it's one of those Gets Fenrises. Sigurd says equivalent to my glaive. I wonder why they have one of these. It's supposed to be insanely rare. Sigurd just takes a closer look at it.
Okay. While you're doing that, the big blonde guy with his arm in a sling walks in. That's mine.
Yeah, I'd assume that it's yours. I'm just admiring the craftsmanship. Not every day you see one of those.
Yeah, it looks like a plain old ordinary sledgehammer. It's not fancy.
Well, can I roll craft to see if Sigurd recognizes?
Yeah, you can roll it.
So craft plus
intelligence.
Is there any food left when I get back to the chow house?
Yeah.
2 successes.
Yeah, it. All right. What is your main craft?
I haven't really decided yet. I mean, he kind of does a mixture of metalworking and walking with bows, fletching.
Okay. Bowery and fletching are vastly different from metalworking. I know because I'm a woodworker, and yeah, I will make bows all day long. I won't touch a flipping arrow,
Well, I do a bit of woodwork
wanna learn-
myself, and I can do a bit of metalwork as well. It's not the most.
Okay, well, the hammer, it looks like an old-fashioned Smith's hammer, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, I have talked to somebody who does do smithing, and a 10-pound sledge is occasionally used for roughing out blanks, or whatever the hell they call the metal.
Ingots.
Billet.
Well, ingots if you're creating like the wall metal, but yeah, blanks is correct.
But yeah, it looks like a standard one of them, although it does look old.
So does that have magical properties, or is it just a regular smithing hammer?
You have no idea.
Even with 2 successes, or is that not enough?
No, that wouldn't tell you if it had any kind of ability.
I know he's asking the guru guy next to him.
He's like, yeah, it's hell on worm creatures.
So is it the equivalent of a grand clave? Sigurd can't remember the name of the Get a Fenris version.
No, it's not one of those hammers,
Oh,
but it will do the same thing and go through an innocent without hurting them.
yeah. Oh. So I'm assuming that you're the blacksmith master or master smith.
Yep. Although I ain't gonna be doing much work for a little while.
Or do you need some help? I'm not the worst craftsman in the world. Not the best either.
Yeah, sure. We can see what you can do. I got a couple of requests for new blades.
Okay, I'll see what I can.
Okay, you're working on that with him. What's the rest of y'all doing?
I'm eating.
I'm just going to work on cleaning up one of the houses. The same one that I was last time. That's it.
All right, Blaze, Ash, what are you all doing?
Ash was going
Blaze is
to.
eating.
Ash was going to mention to Kyle that he would like to contact a bear spirit at some point. So, but he doesn't want to inconvenience anyone.
Find a third.
Ash is a Theurge.
Yeah, find a
Yeah.
third that belongs to this cairn.
I was planning on just going outside the barn.
Well, you can only do
And-
that if you have a guide, and we don't get guides on tap. You just gotta wait until the next time we can leave.
Ash, you can try summoning a spirit from the physical world. You don't have to be in the Umbra to do it.
That's true.
Especially here because the gauntlet's a lot weaker.
Correct.
Yeah, but he's thinking of he wants to ask a bear spirit to teach him Mother's Touch. So he's thinking in his head that it wouldn't be the greatest of asks if he also yanks a spirit into the physical world. So he'll just wait. So until then, he's just going to probably find some nice little area that's off to the side somewhere and just kind of turn into
Screenshot.
lupus form and rest. Maybe hope his injuries will heal eventually.
He got hurt too.
Oh yeah, he's
Screenshot.
been that injured. It's just that he follows that whole line of the litany where you don't let others tend to your weakness, and so he's just, unless there's a need for it, he's just going to let his body heal it naturally.
He'll get over that once we get into some more fight. They tend to kill third.
Yeah, this group has not been too kind with the Thurges.
No, you haven't been
Hey,
too kind with the Thurges.
Hey, he used a healing bandage when we got into a fight.
No. Like, this is a whole, like, outside the game kind of sort of thing, which has just become kill all our Thurges.
That's probably, let me guess, because Thayer just tend to have primary mental. Whereas
No, they tend to think they can do more than they can, and they try to tempt fate.
Yeah. To put it simply, one of our Thurges attempted to fight an Incarna.
Oh, that would be foolish.
And then proceeded to argue with Amulet as to why he should be able to fight the Incarna.
Okay.
Yeah, big
That's-
mistake.
All right.
I mean, they all had it coming.
Well, some of them,
just-
one of them was just kind of just left.
Well, yeah.
My character has nothing against healing. He just views it as like, if you have the month or so to spare to heal up naturally, why do you need to use like some other form of healing?
Because
which
we
is
never
fair.
had that much time.
Yeah.
Time
Well, he
is of
doesn't
the
know that.
essence.
Yeah, these people, I gotta keep them semi-entertained.
Or end up in the case where are too wounded to actually do anything.
In between bites, I'm gonna look over at Dakota and say, "May I ask you a question?"
You just did. He gives you this grin.
Yes, I know I did, but may I ask you another one besides the one I just?
Yeah.
I'd like to inquire to the status of my family, especially my mama. My daddy, not so much, but my mama, I'm worried.
Your family wasn't at the house. It looks like they'd been cleaned out.
Thank goodness. Thank you so much, sir. I hope it didn't give you too much trouble.
He kind of grins. It was only 2 first teams.
I'm not familiar with that term, sir. I'm sorry.
Pentex, the companies at Pentex have special forces units. They call them first teams.
You're saying it was only 2 and y'all are still here. Oh my.
It was an interesting workout.
I'm glad y'all are all right. And thank you.
Yeah, we just got to teach Wavehammer not to lead with his head.
Mikassi's gonna walk up to Dakota. Hey, Dakota.
Yeah.
Any Thurges on site you know of?
Yeah.
Might you direct me in towards them?
Oh shit! I gotta remember his name.
Chases his tail.
No, it was I can't remember. Yeah,
Getting
find
old,
my
dear.
cousins, and they've got a Thurge.
Awesome.
They
Thank you
they
very
might
much.
be down. They might be down at the target range, for all I know. They might be in their hut. Don't know.
Well, I appreciate the info.
Sorry, I couldn't be more. Didn't have more, but yeah.
That's better than what I started with. So.
Oh, by the way, your friend Waya said he might be back in a few months. He said definitely before the snow gets too heavy, he's going to visit.
All right. Sounds good. Maybe we'll get together and have a party. Sure you enjoy that.
Yeah, well, it won't be too much of a party because if he shows up to what he's supposed to, we're going down to Baja for some surfing.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Jack mentioned something about surfing.
Yep.
All right,
Now
then.
that is something I want to. Guru on surfboard.
Get a better dexterity.
I think it would be awesome to see something like that.
Yeah, Cricket, are you there when you still there?
Yeah,
when you-
I'm there. I'm eating.
Like, yeah, you should see Wavehammer. He's been surfing forever. He's pretty good.
Very cool. Maybe we can go surfing some.
I'd love to see what Waya looks like surfing. That's got to be a sight.
Dakota rolls his eyes. Yeah, especially when he decides to go Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, no, he likes to wear a Batman costume, from what I hear, when he goes on certain missions.
Oh my word.
Yeah, I think he's in love with Adam West or something.
Gotta be. Well, then I turn and I go start looking for, you said, Dakota's cousins?
Yeah.
You doing?
Okay. All right, they're not too hard to find. I mean, hell, it's not that big a valley.
Right.
And you can find your Thurge.
So them is the third?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just, hey, excuse me.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, the name's Makasi. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Your cousin Dakota said you might be able to help me out. Being a third and all, I wanted to see if I could learn some gifts. I need some spirits.
Yeah, well, I'm a rune, but I'll get you our Thurge.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
That's what it was. Spellweaver. He introduces you to a guru. It also looks like to be Wendigo. He's probably early 20s. Yeah, by the way, for all you new people, there is no one in this Karen that's over 30. Actually, I think Dakota is probably the oldest, and he's only 27.
Huh.
Live hard, die young.
So, what kind of spirits you want?
Well, see, I'm not 100% sure. I know what gifts I want to learn. I just don't know all about the spirity stuff.
What do you want to learn?
Liar's face?
That
I
has
also
got
want
to
to
be a
learn.
Ragabash gift.
Yeah, that's a Ragabash one. Basically, people are forced to believe that I'm lying. I killed that person. I killed that person. I really did.
I was wondering how that would work.
Yeah.
Like I said, diversion.
It took me a while to figure out like a good use for that one. But I also wanted to learn Sense Worm and Spirit of the Lizard. The last of my experience.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to. Oh, yes, it does. This one might take a bit of time. It's like, yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. You want the Sense Worm?
Yes, Sense Worm, definitely would love to have that one.
All right. And what was the other one?
Spirit of Lizard.
What's that?
It lets you climb on like walls and ceilings and stuff.
What auspice?
Oh,
It's an Octana gift.
Yeah, Octana.
Like a damn little chameleon.
Octana was the first tribe that I played in Werewolf, actually.
This is the first time I've ever played an Octana.
They're fun. I especially like when they get to rank 2 and they can pretend that they're La Sombra.
Wait, what? That's it.
They get like these black shadowy tentacle thing as a rank 2 gift, if I remember right.
Yeah, I believe so.
I now want to look at that. Where the fuck?
I like to play as my child again.
Yeah, Coils of the Serpent.
Okay. He gets you the spirit, and you got Sense Worm.
Awesome.
So come back tomorrow. We'll get you a lizard.
And Liar's Face?
Yeah, I gotta find a platypus.
Okay. Well, appreciate the work. I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, you're gonna owe me, kid.
Got it.
right. Anybody else want to do anything?
How is
Can I have a kiss of Healy?
Yeah, I want to kiss too. On my left ass cheek.
That is like the best gift, guys, if you ever fight vampires. Oh my god. Basically, it's open your arms and say, "Come here, honey."
No, another neat thing is one of the rights for Coraxes. It is literally a case of you create light in a room. That works exactly the same as sunlight.
Kiss of Helios, you basically glow with the aura of the sun, and the higher level you have it, the bigger it is. And I love it because you just have the vampires come to you and turn it on.
What time of day is it?
They speak.
By now it's probably getting to 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's lunchtime.
Anybody working in the
Yep.
I'll join.
Okay.
I don't know what's supposed to be done around here, so I guess I'll just, stay in the mess hall, and it's lunchtime anyway.
It's lunchtime for you all the time.
And
All
she
right.
still keeps her fix.
To be perfectly honest, people are either usually practicing in the ring, relaxing, or down at the target range. The only one who ever really seems to be doing any work are those who want to fix up the hut they're using. After a storm or something, especially when spring comes around after it's been snowing, everybody kicks in and helps repair the various buildings that got damaged, if any. But Wavehammer in his blacksmith shop is the only one that really comes close to doing 8 or more hours of work here at a time.
Well, I guess I'll find someone that needs some help, and I'll go help them fix their house up after I eat.
Actually, I was just like browsing through whatever. It actually seems it's actually sacrilegious to like try to talk to a spirit outside of Cairn to learn a gift. How does one in this, like Ash would ask Kyle how, who the right master is, so that he could then try to see if he could learn the rite of summoning.
So I imagine you just speak to me through the pack.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be a set.
Okay.
Who is not back yet, so
Gaia works
there
in
might be-
mysterious ways. There's not time.
That is very true, friend. I think there's another third red. I'm not sure what their name is. You could try looking for them.
I have patience. I'll just wait until, the stars align and I actually meet the right master.
If I heard that, I would be rolling on the floor. Yes, Sensei. Be still, grass.
I mean, it's understandable. I mean, but technicality, you have met her.
Yes. So she would probably be offended if I went and asked somebody else to teach me a rite. And it's not proper.
No, from what I know from her, probably not. She
I can- I can wait. I've barely asked spirits to teach me gifts before, so I want to make certain that all of the traditional forms are observed for this.
Oh, you want to make sure you go through the right channels. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully she comes back soon enough then.
Well, she doesn't, then it means that guy has other plans. That's all.
I like this guy.
She more than likely does.
Hey, Cricket.
Yeah.
Does it remind you of anybody?
Off the top of my head,
My first Wendigo, the Lupus.
oh hell yeah! Good Lord, if he was any more laid back, he'd be going backwards.
Not only that, his concept was Guru Paladin. So Gaia will take care of it. Gaia will take care of it. Gaia wanted that to happen.
No,
Yep,
she didn't.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
by
this
the
is gonna
way,
be
from
hard.
now on, anytime Mikasi is talking to someone in the pack, he only does it in pack speech unless I say otherwise.
I'm assuming
Wow.
the same for everyone.
I'm gonna be the inverse. Speak out loud until I say otherwise. Anyway.
That's so strange.
I got one more thing I want to do, and then we're gonna have to call it a night.
Yeah.
All right. Kyle,
Mhm.
what were you doing?
I went to one of the houses, the house that I had been cleaning up last time, and just continuing on that work. That's my little thing I do out here.
Okay. You see Moonsong coming up.
Right, like, just curiosity, how much work have I got done? Because I imagine I got like most of the weeds off, like probably half of it. Have I managed to get the other half clean yet? On the edge, like,
You're working on clearing the inside. You got a couple of trees you're gonna have to cut down inside of it.
Okay.
But then again, you can use those to repair the outside.
Yeah. So I'm probably working on taking out one of those trees then. When she comes up.
Out of character, did you ask permission first?
Did I ask for? I'm trying to remember now because it was.
No.
You know,
I'm saying
Yeah,
permission from the tree.
oh, that's correct. I did not ask permission from the tree.
Philodox, keep things in order.
It's very true. But you also have no idea that this is a thing I do.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, and you're telling Moonsong's coming up.
Yeah,
I'll wave at her. And she's going.
You making this for your pack?
It's more just something to do anytime we come out here. Something to keep, I suppose, the mind busy.
Well, this new Silverfang.
Yeah.
Your home sept. You sure they didn't send him?
I honestly didn't think that a bit over. I would doubt it, as he definitely looks and sounds Swedish, but I don't know why.
I have dealt with a couple of Silver Fangs who would pull something like that. Your friend Rakes the Shit wasn't too happy with us.
No, he wasn't, but I feel his anger might be something that he'd want to do something more in person, perhaps.
Yeah, he didn't seem intelligent enough to pull this kind of a game, but I have to
Be cautious.
keep my mind open about such things.
That's fair. He didn't seem to give off any reaction when I told him who I was. But then again, I might not have read anything too much on that.
Well, you've only got the 3 Silver Fang now that he's the 3rd. So I might as well keep them all in the same place. That way you can keep an eye on it.
Yeah, me and the rest of my pack, we'd guessed as much was going to happen. That kid is something. I'm gonna just say it straight up.
I happen to agree. Dakota told me some of the things he was saying.
Yeah, some of the things he mentioned before we got here had me very concerned.
Yeah, we'll make sure he knows not to bother any of the kinfolk that come out here.
I plan on keeping some eye on him a little bit. I know the others will probably do the same. Just kind of decided that not doing it now, as I decided to come here to just give myself some peace, so to speak.
Now, you all are welcome to stay out here as long as you want.
Thanks. Sorry about the whole mess, the whole fuck up in Denver.
Let's not talk about that right now.
Okay.
I've got too many other things on my mind.
And
I really don't want to get angry.
No, forget about anything.
Thank you. When you all are ready to leave, just let me know and we'll get you a guide out. I'm pretty sure your friend Blaze won't want to stay here too long. I can tell he's already itching for a computer.
Yeah, well, hopefully the part of him that enjoys a good fight can keep that in check for a little while. Hopefully.
No, and yeah, while you're out here, if you're wounded, get one of the Thurges to help you, or ask for some bandages.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, because I think it was Dakota or something might have been Asset gave them to us. If we need to get those back, could we go to? Because I'm pretty sure we're near out.
Well, if Asset was here, I'd say her, but since she's not, I've got a box full.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll probably pick up a few of them.
If you can't find me, also go to Johnny.
No bother. I can mention it to one of the others to pick up some of the bandages.
Okay. Oh, and Dakota mentioned also, yeah, you all should spend some more time training. Don't forget his classes are in the morning.
I know. I don't intend on missing them. I think I've I think all this, the fast action, fast paced, everything, I might have improved a little bit. It's good to notice.
Yeah, well, she kind of looks at your new scars. Yeah, I think you need some more work.
No, I didn't say group work is where we need to work more than anything.
Then talk to Wavehammer. Dakota can teach you how to fight one-on-one and one-on several, but fighting as a group is not his strong point. That's Wavehammer's. It comes from him also being Guru and growing up in a Karen.
Yeah, no, I think we'll probably stop by Wavehammer after the morning training.
Okay. All right, folks, and we're going to call it there because, yeah, I am tired and, yeah, I am tired.
Okay, I will see you next week.
Yeah, 2 experience points today.
Hey. See ya.